Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I started trying low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
Do you need the best designs in your Do you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles? There's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz to get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Today's race here at Texas Motor Speedway presented for the ButtKicker 8 is in part by our sponsors and friends for the Season 8 special racing here for Pedal to the Metal Racing League Truck Series. And now, enjoy the show at Texas Motor Speedway. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Fort Worth has now come to life and has come to the show, and it's time to see what we have on full display and what we have in full rhythm. It is time to take it to one of the toughest mile and a halves to complete and win. It is Texas Motor Speedway. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader Christian Chara, joining you guys once again here onto the showcase of the tracks and of the speeds we are about to witness. Should be an absolute wild day of racing here under the afternoon lights, afternoon skies here at Texas Motor Speedway. We should be seeing quite a popular contention of drivers coming for big and going for broke when they absolutely have to here for this ButtKicker 80, presented in part by our friends at the Pit Stall, the league and generation from the fall and summer series to get into. Be sure to visit up the Pit Stall for more information. By the ButtKicker Company, best in performance on feeling real tracks of the virtual world. The ButtKicker, feel what you've been missing. By Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net, matching your want with their wallet. Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net looks to get you the best PC for your bank and your buck. And by Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz looks to bring out the best designs in your library. And with that said here, race fans, now the field is getting set to go and set onto the stage here. It is time to look at our grading order for tonight's action. Here, starting on the pole, our first set of races here, presented by the Pit Stall. It is going to be the 08. Keith Taylor, the fastest qualifier, is outside. And the big one, Bobby Anderson. Row number 2 will be the 7 of Jeffrey Vickery, is outside. It's the 20, that is Jeff Oakes. Row number 3 is going to be Robert Connor. The 21's outside. And the 07, it is Cindy Taylor. Row number 4 is the 84. Matthew Hofford is outside. The big 8 is Tyler Orrick. Row 5 is the 99 of Wally Babb. Is outside will be the 87 of Kevin Baker. Row number 6 is Stephen Ford. And the 77 is outside is the 3. That'll be Jason Henry. In row number 7, piloting Down in the 5, last week's feature winner, the Throttle, Chantel Bottle, will be in her truck today. With the outside of her is Jordan Darnell in the number 15. Row number 8 is going to be Corey Stahl, and the 6-6 is outside. It's the 76, Mike Rideout. Row number 9 is Shane Ledoux, and the 12 is outside the big 27. That's Corey Reed. Row number 5 then will be piloted down by Sean Long, and the 98 is outside the big 14. Joker Joe Nuttleman. Row number 11 is Chris Bass, and the 97 is outside will be Dennis Warrens in the 90. And final starters in row 12, Trent Henson in the 88, and the outside of him, the 18, Clinton Seymour. Race fans, yeah, come to the right place and come to the right show. We're ready to field it down in and see what we got on full display. Drivers have engaged the clock and engaged the throttle. They bring him off to the track. This should be a wild one here, and we should be up for seeing some absolute crazy racing in between, some hard tracing and hard battling going forth here. Field getting set to go here, set for their first leg up and their first major race of the season, in my opinion. Besides Talladega, this will absolutely be where we see a lot of the drivers now coming to full circle and coming to life here on the track. We saw a lot of them at Talladega making their moves late or making their moves early on point, but now they've got to find a way to get these things to dial in with off pace and off throttle times, while also having to be very clairvoyant of those tires and the riches and rags that can be bestowed upon them. The rags to riches story, I was going to say, there could be all-out battle here for supremacy. It could be an all-out controlled narrative for some drivers, but the biggest thing I feel we're going to see is the tough guys and the tough gals making their way through, while the rest try to just hang on. Leading him down across the stripe here, the 08 of Checkmate, Keith Taylor. He will be the starting man on the field for the ButtKicker 80 here at Texas Motor Speedway, presented by the ButtKicker Company. It's time to see if these drivers have found the feel and found the wheel. It's green flag racing at Texas Motor Speedway. "24 drivers make the call, only 22 making the track." Sean Long and Clinton Seymour with some problems down there. Unfortunately, we'll have to get those bugs worked out. Speaking of getting bugs worked out immediately out of the gate, every single driver right now just going full send, full throttle assault and trying to find some run, trying to find an opening. And it's going to be Jeffrey Vickery in the 7, taking the early lead right now as the 21 of Robert Kahn moves his way through the field, hunting down Vickery. Anderson trying to stay in control of his intentions and trying to stay controlled down to the bottom lane, but he seems to be having some problems there with Keith Taylor kind of whipping it up on the outside. Remember, early on, you'll see drivers kind of migrate on the bottom, then they will start to migrate up a little bit more towards the middle and towards the top side on turn 1's edge, but they will still be kind of staying right towards the bottom and middle planes, not going too high up. They've got to really watch how far they burn those tires up and how quickly they do it. This track will not be friendly to them. Last week's feature winner here in the number 5, Chantel Bottle, right now currently moving her way through the chains with the 77 of Stephen Ford right on her, right up ahead of her. Some black and pink with some white and pink mixed in. I'm not sure how I feel about the pink colors, but if they look good on the truck, then it seems to not matter to them very much. I don't blame them. Uh-oh, trouble down there real quick though. The 08, Keith Taylor, old Checkmate with some problems, and he is not going to be doing too well there. Your number 1 seed literally ended the wall protection off of corner number 4, it looks like, and that cost him precious amount of speed and momentum. We'll have to see if he can bring it back here late into the stage, but he's going to be way back in the field for a bit. Returning to PTM Racing TV and the Pedal Metal Racing League, the Big 90. Dennis Warren's coming back out on the track here for the first time in quite some time, and he's already trying to make his mark and make his breakout season again. Last time we saw him was 2 seasons ago here on the show. Came out here and absolutely put on a great battle there with many drivers, but as he told me, he feels like he was not done with this league and he's not fully complete in his mind. And he's looking to get back to it and gravitate towards that again. Robert Kahn, the 21, has now got the race lead up. He is your new leader. And this is something that's honestly going to be scary for these drivers right now, because Kahn, if there's one thing you can trust on him, and at the same time is kind of fearful for every other driver, is when he runs at Texas, he just has this manipulation, this style of racing that allows him to just wheel this track like no one else seems to be able to figure out. He takes full control of it, and it just seems to be kind of his playground, and he's already doing a big part of it here going through this field. Well, he was busy hanging the lead on, but Bobby Anderson, the one right now, is not giving him much room. The 21 right now, Kahn being hunted down by the one of Bobby Anderson here. It's a great battle for the race lead so far. Packing him through the stack here as well. Good wrench, number 84 of Matthew Hoffert, trying to come back, trying to get himself a breakout season as well. Has never won the season championship outside of a dirt track scene. He actually won that in the Situations Pedal Limit Race League Dirt Series that was ran a long time ago. But in asphalt wise, the closest he's ever come was in the Super Late Models division, which he would fall second place in. He told me earlier today his biggest goal and his biggest strive is just to finally dial it up and get that win off his back, and he's really looking pretty solid here out of the gate. But again, with 80 laps to the distance, this is a no gimme here. This is a absolute drive off, fight off for everything you got kind of racing ordeal. It's either you figure it out now, or you're going to have to really be working hard very, very late into the season. But another factor I think we really got to kind of pinpoint here, there's 24 drivers now on the track. They score points to the top 20, so if you're under that top 20, you're already putting yourself into a huge hole, and it's already hard enough just trying to get to the top spot. So now that really puts in emphasis of trying to be the best. And speaking of being the best, Bobby Anderson now taking the race lead away. The Rattlesnake can't keep the Freightliner ahead. The Freightliner ran into a freight train, and it's the W number 1 of Mr. Bobby Anderson. Don't call him Ken Anderson. He is Bobby Anderson, and he is yelling it pretty clear and clairvoyant there at Kahn. Kahn doesn't like it too much, but the thing is, Anderson's not giving him much room down there. Speaking of not getting much room, Jeffrey Vickery earlier on taking the race lead away, but he's getting thrown back into a spot here with the 20 of Jeffrey Oaks. The Napa Auto Parts machine currently fighting him with an iron fist and a whole lot of hard racing in between. Just as long as that Napa truck doesn't end up like the Napa car did in the NASCAR race, I think Oaksy will be A-okay. Too soon? Yeah, probably. We're on board here with the 20. Sorry, TCLA fans. But this is something I actually want to pinpoint really quick here, too. Let's watch this as Oaksy gets a good battle on a run on the 21 of Kahn. Watch how he has to lift the throttle. You hear him burp the throttle just a little bit, then fires it right back up. But watch him coming off of turn number 3 and 4. Watch how that truck does not get back into the throttle, because it stays in the throttle. He does not lift. You can see the truck, the RPMs, they are not lifting. The truck is not giving an inch. That's because with this new with the updated version of Texas Motor Speedway, they had it to where the trucks had it to where the cars and the trucks could not lift in 3 and 4, otherwise they'd lose a lot of their speed. But 1 and 2 was changed to try to get the run to go more towards the top side and the middle ground, but it completely got reversed around, and it was impossible to get fixed as you've seen there. And speaking of seeing here, look at this, 3 wide slid entering into 3 and 4. Chris Bass here in the number 97 right now, making a great job off here. I'm still trying to figure out if it's Bass or Bass, to be honest with you guys. He never did fully tell me there, so I'm presuming it was Bass, because that's what I said the most of. But the W 97 currently sticking to its speed, sticking to its drive off, except for the closer, Cindy Taylor, the 07 with some troubles back here. Cindy Taylor having a problem right now trying to keep the speed underneath her, and it looks like she might be dealing with some issues underneath the steering hatchet. Have to see if she's going to be okay to continue on here as she rocks a little bit of the lightning Wrapz skiing. Or actually, listen to her momentum. Actually, you can hear her actually clutching in. The 07 clutching the throttle right now. So that in turn is causing her to actually save some fuel, but I don't know how I would say about this right now. This is a very interesting strategy. Very interesting to try to pinpoint that shot, try to make that kind of move off there. Well, I know we keep going back to the leaders, but really we just can't stop looking at this here. Look at Kahn having to try to work the outside. Anderson getting him on the bottom. These two will just not leave each other alone for the sake of each other. Kahn knows, though, if he keeps running that outside, especially in 3 and 4, those tires eventually are going to start to tear and wear. So he's now driving it harder off the bottom, and he gets a good run there on Anderson. Anderson now falling back behind. Anderson starting to slowly but surely lose momentum and ground coverage here, and that is not looking good for the number 1 camp. His last lap time will kind of tell you the tale there. You can see the time difference, very stunning, 0.2 of a second. Kahn had gained so much power off and really used it to his advantage, and he was well aware that they weren't going to be able to get around that as well as they were hoping for. Well, Jeffrey Vickery right now, in my opinion, pretty much surprising the heck out of me, doing a great job holding on the 2nd place spot and holding his line down. He's staying right there with the leaders. The field now, though, is starting to separate out just a little bit here. You can see the field kind of getting a little bit more stretched out as we go along. Good to see a lot of new drivers, though, coming into this season, and a lot of new guys and gals really coming out to try to press their luck and see what they can do at the stake of these truck series. And with 5 laps to go now, it's time to almost put these guys in for the closing moments. Field closing up, 25 laps break, and then from there it's just give and go and hope for the best. But right now the field will be separated back out and then packed back together. If I'm Robert Kahn right now, though, I would be kind of paying close attention to Jeffrey Vickery. He's not exactly losing him there, and he is catching up a little bit in speed. Now pit stops being made. Drivers have to make their choice. They want to go in now or they're going to have to wait. They have one more lap to decide. If they go in now, this will help them, but if they don't go in, they're going to have to go the full stint. Hoffert's going to press his luck here. He's going to take all 4 tires and take fuel here under the hood, so it looks like he's going to, take it back. He actually is taking just fuel. Vickery and Oaks going in, up, and Vickery, hang on, woohoo! The Fluff 7 machine almost going for a little spin and a dash into the turn there. Lost a lot of it. Well, that was their last opportunity. There was that last lap they can get to get into pit road. So now fuel going to be extremely sparse. Coming off the edge here, and that will seal the deal. Now 2 laps to go. No more pit stops can be made. You better hope you saved up enough or you're going to have to take an EOL. Trent Henson, the 88. You may have known him a little bit, guys. He usually is a driver that comes from the dirt scene. But the 88 of Henson is trying to press his luck and try himself out a little bit in the truck series on the asphalt side. So he decided to come out here and see what he can bring to the table. It's good to see him finally get a chance to show his racing abilities and his technique on full display. Mike right out much of the same here as caution has flown out now, so we have hit the lap marker there. Chris Base has taken the green checkers, if you will. So that will enter into pit road stops here as the drivers get situated out. Race fans, when we come back, going to be interesting to see what goes on and what goes down here on the track. So many racers up for grabs and so many people going for it all. Can anybody find a way though to take down the top dogs? Find out when we return. Tonight's race here at Texas Motor Speedway, presented in part by our friends at the Pit Stall. With the summer and fall series currently underway or getting ready to start, the Pit Stall is one place you definitely do not want to miss. Be sure to check them out on their Facebook at the Pit Stall for more information. With the ButtKicker Company, the best of for feeling royal tracks of the virtual world, the ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. By FEGPC.net, matching your want with your wallet. They look to bring out the best in PC for your bank. And by Lightning Wrapz, most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz looks out to bring the best designs in your library.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they start their sim racing journey, while I started trying them over the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at FEGPC.net.
Welcome back here, race fans, here to Pit Tim Racing TV as the Pedal Metal Racing League Series continues their verge and their adventures here at Fort Worth, Texas Motor Speedway. I don't know why I want to keep saying Fort Worth screen printing. I guess I'm just so used to saying that, not Fort Worth, Texas. So my apologies there. But nevertheless, here, race fans, coming off from pit road here, Chris Pace is going to be your race leader here. Corey Stahl in the 66 moving up a few spots. The 5, Chantel Powell, using a bit of strategy as well, coming in with the 5, and the 99 Willie Bab moving in the top 5, and Jordan Darnell rounding out the fifth slot. Jordan Darnell, again, a new driver to the series, a new driver to the show, and you know, last week saw him really kind of stay low when he had to, but then make his big moves when he could in that Phil Ice number 15. He's looking to try to continue that run, trying to continue that momentum today. But again, there's so much up for grabs, so much on the line here. Again, these drivers just have no quit, but all desire to fight it out for the best of spots, the best of positions. And speaking of that, looks like Clinton Seymour finally able to get the 18 out on the track, but unfortunately will have to be quite a few laps down, and I don't think by any means he's going to be able to get that many back. He is right now currently 26 laps down, or excuse me, 25 laps down, I should say. So his odds are definitely not in his favor, I would say, to win this race. But, you know, give the credit's due to Clinton. At least he came out here. He's going to try to fight. So he's not going to give out just yet. He's going to go for it here. Field gonna march their way back on around here off of turn number 4 as the field comes from pit road. Everybody trying to get ahead or get themselves back on lead lap contention. A lot of drivers right now way back in the field and way back on the drive here, and I think there might be a bit of a miscommunication on that. I think they're trying to get everyone situated out. Looks like they'll get one more lap around the track here. Take a listen in with some of our drivers here. In that number 84, of course, we'll listen in to Matthew Hoffert's camp here. Hoffert, right now, currently, a bit of a workaround here on the track, and it seems like you guys get situated back out on pit road. What's going on down there?
Oh, well, we just decided to pit early before the stage break, so we weren't going to make it on fuel. So now we're just trying to get everything situated and everyone sorted out here.
And getting sorted out here with the track like this too. I know this is going to be a bit of a challenge for you and the crew, but you know what really boils down to you for this 84 today? What is going to be the main focus and goal?
Main focus is we're going to try and save tires. 1 and 2 is you got to let off the gas pretty good for a little ways, and we're just going to try and save tires and try not to chew up the tires that bad, and hopefully we do a little pit strategy and come out on top, or maybe top 5. We'll see.
All right, Alfred, definitely have your work cut out for you here, but we've known you before. We're in this spot, so good luck out there.
Thank you.
Matthew Hoffer in the 84, ladies and gentlemen, right now getting set back to go as the field squares their way back out on the track. For those tuning in right now, first off, thank you so much for tuning on here to PTM Racing TV. If you are new to the show, of course, give us a like and a follow here on PTM Racing TV's Facebook. Just head over to YouTube, subscribe there for some live coverage and live action we do not show on the Facebook end just right away. So never want to miss out on our live calls or our live shots. You never know. You could, when the best finish or the craziest finishes come, it's an absolute monarchy of racing we have seen. And honestly, I can't even keep up sometimes with some of the shows and calls. So always stick with us and stay tuned for more action. And speaking of the action, it's time to get back down to it. Off of turn number 4 this time on by. We'll lean him off. The green flag restart. The ButtKicker 80 continues on. Quite a few drivers finding themselves a lap down. Mike Rideout, Trent Henson will be one of them. Clinton Seymour also kind of finding themselves in a bit of a bickle here. They'll have to work around some drivers in some field as the pace continues to thicken and the plot continues to drive off. The Rattlesnake already shooting his way through the corners, shooting his way through the turns. He wants to get to the front as quick as possible, and he doesn't really seem to mind or care who's in front of him. All he knows is go for broke and go for big. Number 3 Jason Henry, last season's first feature winner here. Of course, getting that Irish Superspeedway. It's only his 2nd win of his career in the Talladega Motor Racing League Series and 2nd on PTM Racing TV as well. He said earlier to me, I'm hoping that we can continue to build the momentum and build up the run and hopefully stick with it. But there's trouble right up ahead. Oh, we got major trouble here. The Calder City Taylor 07 wrecked hard there on the front straightaway. The 5 Chantel Bottle also involved. And a caution flying high in the air. We have got some work to do. Well, my, what a huge hit there, unfortunately, and a big wreck caused on the track. presented by the ButtKicker here as your PTM Instant Replay, and looks like actually there was trouble with the 5 there and the 21. Cindy Taylor trying to avoid trouble, and oh my goodness. Took a huge hit there, had nowhere to go. See if we can get her to look at it here and see if we can find the culprit. Con getting a good drive off. Looks like Chantel. Yep. Yeah, it looks like Chantel Paddle will be the one responsible for that. We'll take one last look at it though and make sure we're seeing that properly here. Yeah, you can see that little bump there from Con definitely was interesting, but once Paddle got it into that corner and lost control, then it was game over then. Got everybody loose and wrecked out hard there, and a tough break there for the 5. Unfortunately, everybody getting into a bit of a roundup there. Nowhere to go and nowhere to hide. And God help them there at that point. Alright. Well, after that little madness booster there, we're going to get everyone situated out again. Not quite what everyone was hoping for there, not what anyone wanted to see, but sadly that's kind of how the rules play out sometimes. So that will slow everybody back into position here and settle back on the track. Dennis Whitmer coming on board as well today here, joining us. Good to have you back here with us in the crew. As the field of drivers currently have to get into pit road, a lot of drivers unfortunately suffering major damage there on their equipment and on their devices. Definitely not what anybody wanted to have happen or have to go through, unfortunately. So Chantel Bottle kind of serve her EOL penalty, and that means she has to go to the back of the pack here. Rule number 1 around here is if you get yourself into trouble and get a caution thrown out, you go to the back. No excuses. And these drivers know this very well. Doesn't matter how big or how small, you understand the rules and you understand the regulations they bring forth, and that's what they're doing right now. She'll still be on the lead lap. Sean Long and Trent Henson will look to get the lucky dog here. The Golder Cindy Taylor here also going to be following quite a few laps down. She just came out of pit road after that unfortunate little situation there, having to get towed back to the pits. Not exactly what she was exactly hoping for or wanting to see, but it's part of the game and part of the deal you race with. That will put us just nearly halfway done with this race so far. Chris Bass here in the 97, still your race leader. I would talk with him, but right now, currently, he is in the lead. And if there's one thing we know in the broadcaster world, I will give you the broadcaster curse if I talk with you while you're in the lead. So I'm going to try to avoid it as long as I can. Hopefully by the end of the night, though, we can have a little word with him and see how he's doing on the track. Park him down that back straightaway here. Race fans will bring him right to the line here. Set back to go. The ButtKicker 80 has given us some wild moments so far, from the passes to the inverted little wreck we just saw a minute ago. But now comes the true test of challenge and patience. Will these drivers be able to face it? We're just about to see. Coming right around off of corner number 3 and 4 this time on by. We're waiting for that green flag restart zone. Parking him down onto the front stretch. The green flag flies again. Field scrambling to get to the front as quick as possible here before the tire wear starts to become a factor. Texas Motor Speedway, well known for making it extremely difficult to get around the troublesome slickness and the tight-ended turns here this track gives to them. That's exactly what these drivers are facing right now, and they know it's going to be very, very tough. Becoming more of a handful as they go along for the ride, and they're hoping for the best here, and they know it. Hoffer kind of playing the middle ground right now, blocking the bottom a little bit and blocking the top slightly, but knows if one driver goes for him, he'll have to give up that run to avoid causing a trouble of some spot there. Only 3 tire sets given to the drivers as well, so that makes it even a bigger factor here. Knowing they have to go through fuel and tires, so picking their points and their stops to get the tires is going to be a very big deal. Jason Henry well aware of that right now, and he's already making his run to the top of the 3 wide slew with Curry Stahl in the 66 and the 15 Jordan Darnell watching right from behind now as he packs it up to the middle pack. We're on board. So dead focus right now. Everybody's just giving it what they can. Seeing where the momentum lies, seeing where the run goes, and hoping it all works out on their end. Oh no, not again, no, trouble! Trouble in the top half, we got a huge wreck ensuing, many drivers involved. Robert Kahn, Checkmate Taylor, Jordan Darnell, all involved in that wreck. Robbie Anderson, I saw him spinning out there as well, and just another troublesome spot. Texas Motor Speedway right now is claiming many drivers. This is starting to get ugly. This is starting to get ugly. Well, I couldn't really tell you what happened there. We're just going to take a look at the P2 instant replay, and it looked like just a force of habit here. Khan sticking his nose in there. Corey Reed, though, also getting involved, and oh man, Anderson just drove it right into the wrong spot, and he got a horrible break there. I believe Reed was the one that situated that little move there, unfortunately, that caused that little hiccup there. We'll take it from the jumper cam here. Yeah, dead on point there, unfortunately, and you see Reed just get a good flip of him, and unfortunately, once again, has to take the way to the back of the pack here. Well, the race in pit road now continues on as the field tries to somewhat get these things under control. I thought the Cup race right now was bad enough with the wrecks and the problems. Apparently now Truck Series are having troubles in the virtual world. Oh, man. Can we catch a break right now at Texas Motor Speedway, or do they really need to destroy this place? I don't even know. For those that are wondering about my comments, there's been rumors and speculation going around that Texas will be reconfigured big time here, and it definitely needs it in my opinion, but there's also speculation that it may just go kaboom, so. All in good faith, all in good time. We'll see eventually what they come up with, but I can tell you right now anyway, though, this is not good for any of the drivers trying to make it through this place. Field just getting squared away right now. Just trying to see what they can do and how they'll be able to handle each other from here. Absolute madness so far. Double filed up right now, and it's going to be a battle of the Jeffs. Jeffrey Oaks, Jeffrey Vickery, they will be the two gas runners here. We'll see which one comes out on top of this though as we get them ready to field back in and set them off for full speed ahead. Oaks has not been to victory lane in a while. You'd like to change that today, though, here at Texas. Off the distance in a corner 4. They'll bring him to the ButtKicker restart zone and send him on their way. Green flag high in the air again. It's go time back at Texas. Punching their speeds down the track here. Chris Bates already making some serious moves and adjustments ahead. Staying right in the mix here, staying up close, staying right in the shot. Maybe has a chance to keep him in this race. Drivers right now moving through positions through the change. Chantel Paddle, one of them here in the 5, not looking, making the look that Talladega win back up for herself and her crew. But Shane Ledoux in the 12 also not doing too shabby for his own self. keeping the speed alive, keeping his momentum up, trying to stick with his run, stick with the speeds. Although that may be a little bit easier said than done to handle, as the 12 of Ledoux getting loose there off of corner number 4. Ledoux lost a lot of time there, getting passed by the 8 of Tyler Ork and Corey Stahl in the 66. Now the battle is up for grabs here to get into this one. You see a lot of movement towards the front as well. Every driver for themselves here just trying to get closer to the edge. Again, when you're on that bottom lane, you pretty much just go full send into the turn. Then the hard part is getting ready for turn 1 and 2. You got all that power, all that speed, then you gotta back it down completely and hope for the best. Jeff Oaks knows this. That's why he's keeping everybody behind him and staying dead locked on that bottom line. Chris Bass here though in the 97, sticking with him. They'll just continue to march their way around here. So far, so good. Looking pretty strong here from the front runners. Mike Rideout going at it a little bit with Matthew Hart for the 84. Some of the veterans of this league going for broke here and taking it to each other. Dennis Warren's in the 90. Looks like he's starting to kind of come back in after a little bit of a collapsed spot earlier into the race. Doesn't seem to be the issue now. Moving their way around the track though, you can see they are starting to migrate from a double file to single file runs. Again, that is due in large part to where you can run to and where you can run from. And that is starting to show itself and rear its ugly head, and these guys know it. Fastest lap so far today currently was set and clocked at a 30.44. The man that set it was Jeffrey Vickery, but actually it got dethroned there by Bob Anderson with a 30.37, I should clarify. So that currently is the fastest, but right now Robert Kahn also tied with him as well to 30.37. And Kahn, quite a few laps down there, is struggling to stay with these guys and stay with the crew. Hopper now going right behind the throttle Chantal Paddle, as well as the 90 of Dennis Warrens. Warrens and Hopper have had words before with this tracks. He and Warrens definitely have some great battles, but they have had the fair showing of each other and put up each other's fight from start to finish, and they have not given an inch when they are at each other's door panels, and it seems as though they may renew that rivalry yet again. Vickery parking up on the outside. Oaks trying to keep him down high. Oaks knows he can't pass him without having to make a huge run with those tires, but Oaks also knows if he overdoes it, overshoots it, the tires will tear eventually. Jason Henry now starting to mix and match his way through. He's looking to grab the lead. Some new drivers entering the scene and some new drivers entering to the fray for the winner's circle here. This is some incredible stuff here from Battle Metal. And look at this now. Watch Oaks. You see him blocking to that bottom lane. You can see he's blocking in the middle and keeping everybody down in that spot, in that groove. That forces everybody to have to then try to get him on the outside and then get him a good drive on the entry. You're not going to get him off exit because that exit of turn number 3 and 4 is not going to be very good. The apex of the turn is without a doubt the bottom lane and the bottom chute. Whereas in 1 and 2, it's all about trying to preserve your tire as long as you can to then set up for this kind of runway and this kind of speed in the back of the pack. And that 550 horsepower package suit definitely does not help matters at all. It makes things much more difficult to have to figure out and wheel and deal with how close this is getting here. The top 10 are really pretty much within inches of each other. Close proximity and close call there. Darnell swipping up a little bit, tight on the exit, and the 15 moving to the top. Here comes Henry back into the bottom lane. He will take over position and jockey his way through. And Oaks to pit road goes the 20, and the 97 gonna try to beat him out. Just barely edges it out, but that was a close call there. Well, coming off pit road, everybody's staying where they need to and staying right in their spots as well. Looks like it's going to be a pretty hefty little battle there. Oh, wait a minute. No, trouble. And this is not good for those in pit road right now. This is not going to look too good on their end. Sean Long in the 98 crashing out. The caution flies. And I'm not sure what exactly caused this caution to fly out here, but we'll take a look at the P2 instant replay to be sure here. I didn't quite make it there when we got to see it, so we'll see if we can get a little bit of an idea. Looks like came into pit road and Sean, oh, missed there, big time there, oh my. A missed and a miscalculation there will put him in a troublesome spot here. Caution flies out and he knows that he's going to have to work around it now. Wow. Caution pit stops definitely are not an easy thing to do, and we just got a good glimpse of it there. So Sean going to cost himself a lot of time here, a lot of work here, and he's going to need to get something figured out quickly. That was not what he wanted to do or have happen. He knew it too. Jordan Darnell in the number 15 now will retake the lead over with Dennis Warrens, Matthew Hofford, Chantel Bottle, and Tyler Orrick in the top 5 here. Sean, I guarantee you, probably not a happy camper right now with this situation, this circumstance, but really there's nothing he can do about it in this case. I mean, once that caution flies out and pit road starts, I mean, that's all you can do is just hope and pray for the best at that point. And he knows it. I think he'll be able to come back A-okay. Just needs to figure out how to get the truck dialed in for all the other tracks that come up forth, because next week will certainly be something. So drivers now ready to get back onto the green edge here, back into the field. This field comes away back double file right now. Top 10, Shane Ledoux, Corey Stahl, Joe Nudelman, Mike Rideout, Jeffrey Vickery, Tyler Orrick, Chantal Bottle, Matthew Hoffert, Dennis Warrens, and Jordan Darnell ranging in the top 10 here. Chris Bates and Jeff Oakes right now, I gotta believe, not too thrilled still of having to go into pit road and everything just get flipped on its head there for themselves. And again, that's just the crazy world of motorsport sometimes. Sometimes you get lucky and sometimes it just ends up costing you dearly. But the funny thing is, there is still some room and still plenty of time to put these things on full power and full display. There's no quit, no give, and they know it too. Remember, we had 24 drivers come out on the track today, for all things, and they were able to put on a pretty decent little run there for quite a time. And with an 80-lap race, that's pretty impressive and hard to do. So now I'm curious to know, can they continue that and keep it going with 17 laps left on the clock? Only one way to find out. Here we go. Darnell taking the early advantage there. Warrens will pop him up on the outside. At this point, it's just a complete drag race off, trying to find the best line, the best way to win. Warrens with the haymaker to the bottom. Sends Darnell topside. And Warrens looking to come back with a fiery vengeance at the hardest race. But trouble again. Sean Long involved in a huge wreck in turn 3. Oh my goodness, the 98 completely stuck on top there, and no way he's getting out of this mess. Got right into a Trent Henson there, and then got completely smashed up, and unfortunately looked like Matthew Hoffert also getting clipped up in that wreck. I couldn't really give you a good idea who was the one that started where and who started what, but I think we can get a good idea here from this one. Looks like actually it was Keith Taylor that actually got him. Take a look at it again here. Looks like Trent, the one that came down off him in turn number 3, so I think that's how they're going to rule it here. Man, oh man, oh man. Well, race control is definitely getting busy tonight. Time running out right now. Jordan Darnell, because they didn't get a lap in fully, will get his spot back. He's got to be feeling pretty fortunate and lucky there. Warren's had a great run on him and was about to take it over, but knew he was in a bit of a trouble there. Stayed out of the mess and out of the problem, and now he's got a chance. Stephen Ford in the 77, well, despite the damage on that front end, he's still got a truck working, so he's going to race it out. take a look at this top 10, by the way. All the Canadians that came into this series, they're in that top 10 right now. So that includes Reed, Rideout, Pottle, Oric, and Warrens. They're all still in that mix and still in that run. The Americans right now are being spanked here by our fellow international friends up in the north end, so it looks like they may have some work to do. But just goes to show you, NASCAR racing is not just a one-divisional sport. It's pretty much now including everybody in the mix. Of course, in Canada, they do have the Pinty Series. In Mexico, they have the Mexican NASCAR Series. And then, of course, in our friends of Europe, the Euro NASCAR Series. It just goes to show you, things have changed and gone further than before. Time to bring the green back out and see how far we can go with this green. Hard charge again. Darnell this time throws a slight little block there at Warrens. Hofford behind, though. This time moving into the second spot as the field has to take it in deep. 3 wide salute there. Here comes Chris Bates moving the chains. And that 97, I think, is getting pretty tired of being back there in his spot that he's in right now. Looking to try to gain some momentum and garner up the run. He's now starting to inflict some serious power under the hood. These guys and gals need to stay focused. Some had gone into pit road, some have not. And Hoffert, one of them that chose to opt into pit road at a little bit of a later time. And he will go for the run now. Darnell and him both on equally set tires and fuel, and he is going for broke here, but the draft on the top side forces the 84 troubles. Gets a little bit back, though, off of turn 3 and 4. You can see they had to climb it down the bottom, and they couldn't get around that 84, so the gear wrench machine able to stay with it. And Chantel Pottle now starting to see that. She moves to the bottom with the 90 staying top. Hard to pass here, hard to really stick with the momentum. Going to the 3 wide, so watch out for the 84 on the middle. Time Warren's trying to stay to the outside. Oh, a little bit loose into the front there on the white. Can she hang on? She will. Henry going right back in as well. Jason Henry now moving up as we see him battling hard with the 97 of Bass and Corey Stahl. Bass is an absolute mad lad, I tell you. He's got some fresh tires and some fuel under the reserves, and he is not looking to make friends. 5 laps fresher tires here at Texas Motor Speedway can be a doom and gloom for some. It could be a make or break for others. Your top 5 on the scene. 10 laps remain as the race continues. Right out, though, trouble, and more trouble for Oaks and Stahl. Wrecking hard there off of turn 4 there in the grass. Stahl trying to save it. Manages to save it, but the caution flag flies on out right as the wreck continues on. Oh my goodness, and now things just get even more cumbersome and crazy here. Caution flag flying out at a very opportune time here, but maybe not so much for everyone else that was up front. I don't know, folks. That one's kind of hard to tell there. Corey was a bit loose going through the middle there. Got kind of slideways there and then kind of got a little nudge from Oaks. Take one more look at it. See if we can get a full view of this. You can see he's trying to make the move around right out. Slightly loose. Oaks also gets into him. Dries up slightly. I don't know. I think you're going to have to leave that one to the judges because I don't think race control is going to be able to decipher that one. The judges said they will review the call there and they'll figure out what went wrong or what went down. That will have to go to the next race, it sounds. It's not often you ever hear a race controller. The judges have to actually go down to decision making here, but especially with all the tech and all the stuff we got. But remember, in racing, we always have that old saying, it's a racing deal. Hard racing mixed in with just someone getting a little bit loose. There's not a whole lot you can really do about it. And they can't give a black flag out for nothing, so that's going to be their that's going to be their big run here. So we'll have to see how these drivers fare and shake with this now. Dennis Warnes, though, in the 90 is going to be your new leader, but again, hunting from the back and hunting from the pack. Watch out for that 97. Chris Bass is on a fresh set of tires, and Oaks also the same spot, same situation. Matter of fact, Oaks right now went in on pit road at lap number 70. Bass is on lap 67. That's a couple lap difference. So if Bass ran his tires just a little too hard here, Oaks might have a chance to get him here. Got such a surreal situation coming onto the track here with last laps remaining and opportunities coming their wake. Who is going to be able to pull this one off? Lights have turned off on the pace car here. We're going to get him off turn number 4 this time on by. Looks like awaiting the green flag arrival here. Top 5 on your screen. We have got 6 laps remaining here, race fans. It's go time in Fort Worth. Ward looked like he got a little bit loose there off the start. Spun the tires maybe a bit. Hoffert ditching into the bottom lane. Bottle stuck on the outside. Oric trying to keep with it. Bass though going for broke though into the inside. Almost gets a piece of the 84 of Hoffert there. He's not giving him room. 3 wide salute. 3 wide out the corner. Bass with the drive off and takes the lead. Now it's time for Oaks to try to see if he can sneak his way back up to him. We said they were even each other. They're going for it all. Jeff Oaks has caught this 97 now. It's between these two, and maybe Hoffert and Warnes if they can stay with him. Hoffert's sticking with it. He's got some run. He's got an opportunity. This is some hard racing for the win. Oaks trying to get back below the 97. Bass trying to hang on. Chris Bass just absolutely wheeling this thing as much as he can with Oaks just looking to take him on. 4 to go. Oh my word, what a change around. Oh, a bump there by Oaks in turn 1. Oaks, he gave him the bump and run in turn 1, and now Hoffert to the outside. Matthew Hoffert going to the outside, trying to make the pass. Here comes Warnes in the middle. How on earth is Bass still driving? How is that thing even still standing? He kept it on all 4s, even with going below the apron, but trouble insists behind. Jason Henry wrecking hard on the front stretch. A huge wreck ensues behind him. Caution is out. Oh my goodness, folks. If you wanted some drama and you wanted some action, I think you might have tuned to the wrong channel, your right channel. I may have said a little while ago, you may not be on the full end of spectrum yet, but now we're definitely there. What the heck happened there on the front straightaway? Jason Henry getting loose off the corner. I don't know if he maybe got a little nudge there from someone or what happened, but here is the P10 instant replay. Well, right there, Jordan Darnell came right into the mix there and took the 3 completely by storm, and there was nowhere to go for Henry. Got slammed in there, and really once he was already hit, there was nowhere to go from there. We'll take it to the chopper cam. Here's the full view of it. Hort, a little bit off pace. And you can see right there, Darnell just a slight bit loose. He gets into it with the 3, and Field takes himself out, unfortunately, right there. I don't know what's going on with our screen either there, guys. We're trying to get it fixed here. There we go. Well, it's going to have to do. Well, I might be out of breath by the time this one's over with, and we still have one more call to make here at Texas. Yeah, if you think we were done, we're not done yet, so. We'll let these guys and gals get somewhat cleared out. When we come back, somebody's got to finish this race.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
So race fans, right now what we're currently under is a green-white checkered scenario. So how does that work? A green-white checkered scenario is when we will have three chances. We go green, then we get a white flag out, and then the checkers come out. If we cannot get it in the first attempt, we'll give them a second attempt. If that doesn't work somehow, they get one last attempt. If they fail the third attempt, the race is over. No matter what. This is going to be a very tough factor right now and a tough pill to swallow for Chris Bass. By the way, Bass and Warren's 20 spots up on the leaderboards. From where they qualified at to where they're at now, they have charged, fought, scratched, and clawed their way into this. Off of turn 4. The first of 3 attempts. Now up for grabs. Overtime racing at Texas. Green flag now set to fly high off a turn 4. Green's back out one more time. But will it be for the last time? Everybody jockeying for a run, jockeying for a position. Things could get chaotic here. Coming to the end, coming to the wire. Oaks, Hoffert, Warrens, Pottle all choosing their lines in the top 5. The green while the pack behind them trying to make some moves through. Henry is a mad lad again coming through. He got Shane Ledoux in the 12 there and Mike Wright out as well. Punt back in the bottom. Ladies and gentlemen, white flag high in the air. One more lap to go. This race will end under the checkers. Warren's not going to give an inch here. He's trying to get that first win in a long, long time. He is full set it in. The 97 of base, rocking him on the bottom. Swip swap, crisscross, applesauce, right him off down the back stretch. One more time around. Warren's going to have to try to get him in the corner. Gets it into the apron a little bit. Will have nowhere to go. Off a turn 4, Chris Bass. The 97 will bring it to victory lane. Wow. Heavy dose of drama, chaos, and just all-around excitement. The ButtKicker 80 belongs to Chris Bass. And what a performance by the number 97 camp. Taking this one to the clears and taking this one home. This will certainly be a huge comeuppance and a very big victory for him and his team, as the W Energy Chevrolet 97 brings one home. What an absolutely chaotic race, to say the least. Your race results presented by Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net show the tale. Chris Bass brings this one home and brings home a huge victory today. Dennis Warrens will go second place after a return to the show. Matthew Hoffert, how about that? Takes home third. Jeff Oaks fights and scratches his way back into fourth. Jeffrey Vickery all day stays in the top 5. Chantel Pottle showing she can run it on the plate tracks as hard. She'll run it on the 1.5 miles. Goes 6th. Tyler Org, great showing from him again. Comes away solid in 7th. Wally Babb with a great 8th run here. Jason Henry coming away 9th after his horrible wreck, somehow scratching top 10 out of the surface. And Corey Reed will manage to bring home a top 10 to round out your field in that regard. Final finishers as well down below as we get ready to talk with the drivers and our crew members here. This should be an interesting talk here, I will say. Let's see what we got at store. Race fans, coming up now will be your 3rd place finisher. He comes out to us here in the 84 camp. You heard from him earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Hoffert joins us. And Hoffert, congratulations on a 3rd place finisher, sir. But it looked like a little bit earlier on you may be actually able to kind of tease and fight for that win. What happened there on the closing laps there?
Closing laps, it kind of reset the front row. A couple guys got a good restart and threw their names in the mix, and we're able to mix everything up there in the front. So we had a good battle, and we came back from being a lap down there in that first pit stop, but really persevered and come back for 3rd place.
Back to 3rd place, managing to come away with this one here. I know this was a very tall order and a tall deal to go through, but Hoffert, this was going to be a very big race here for you and the crew. How well now do you go from here?
Just got confidence going into next week, and hopefully we can carry that momentum and keep it going throughout the whole season.
For sure there. Hoffert, anybody want to thank you for this 3rd place finish?
Our sponsors for sure, the Pit Stall, ButtKicker, Lightning Wrapz, FEGPC. Shout out to Chris. Congrats on the win. All the racers tonight, friends and family watching at home, appreciate it. PTM Racing TV, thank you. And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week indeed. Congratulations, Hoffert.
Thank you.
Matthew Hoffert, ladies and gentlemen, the 84 coming away 2nd place out of the bunch. But returning to the show and returning in the podium, ladies and gentlemen, the D-Dub Unboxes number 90 returns it into 2nd place and in the pit stops here in Warren's. This was probably one of the wilder segments I think I've seen you a part of. You had a fight for that 2nd spot, and it looked like you were going for the win a couple times.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy up there. So it's good to be back, that's for sure, and some tight racing up front.
Tight racing up front, tight battles all the way through. I know earlier on as well, you had to kind of fight the cautions, had to fight against traffic. I mean, what was it like here just trying to even pass at this Texas Motor Speedway facility?
First 5 to 10 laps on tires were pretty tough. Couldn't really go nowhere, but then when people started burning out their stuff, it was a little easier to pass on the low side coming out of the corner, so it wasn't too bad.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, here, returning to the show, returning to the track, this is a huge 2nd place spot for you and the crew. Who do you want to thank here for this today?
Thanks to the sponsors, ButtKicker, FEGPC, Lightning Wrapz, and the Pit Stall. Also, thanks to D-Dub Button Boxes, and to you, Chris. Good job on the broadcast, and PTM.
For sure there. We appreciate it, Dennis. Welcome back to the show, and great to see you back here in this podium.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good night.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Warren's coming away 2nd, but the man that will pop the W Energy 97 to victory lane, he rocks Chris Bass and Chris. I'm pretty sure I'm saying your last name wrong. I hope not, but I mean, all around, there's one thing you didn't do wrong, and that was find a way to outsmart and outrace these guys. You had to find the challenges and find everything at full will and speed, and you managed to pop it into victory lane, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, back and forth. Yeah, that was a lot of fun there towards the end of it, and you had to find your holes and pick your spots.
Pick your spots indeed. I know there was a few challenges late into that race. Warren's was giving you trouble. Oaks, he was also kind of pushing and nudging you just a little bit. I want to ask about that too. You got bumped and runned in turn 1, yet you somehow, some way hold that thing to the ground in the track, and this thing somehow still comes away in victory lane. Were you thinking at that point this thing was lost, or were you just hoping for the best?
No, that was actually by design, believe it or not. I could see he was diving in the corner a little bit harder than I was. So I realized that if I checked up, he would have to, and kind of a Max Verstappen kind of move there that I just come up with on the dime, and hoped when they hit me, it didn't spin me out. So,
Well, I can't discredit you. That's probably one of the boldest moves I think I've heard someone go through. But Baseman, you managed to keep it on the baseline and bring this thing home into victory lane. I must ask you, who do you want to thank here for the ButtKicker 80?
of course, ButtKicker, Lightning Wrapz, the Pit Stall, and Fig PC, and all of my sponsors. Thanks for all they do, and thanks for all that the sponsors of the series do. And I'm a big believer in ButtKicker and all those other sponsors on there. So take it from me. They're the best in the business.
You heard it loud and clear, ladies and gentlemen, calling it from the race winner today. Chris, congratulations on this race winner. We hope to see you next time out, buddy.
Appreciate it, buddy. And the last name is just like the fish, by the way.
Bass. I thought it was. Someone said base, so I went with that.
You're all good, brother. It's all good. I appreciate everything you do, bud.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Bass, your race winner today. I've really got to start getting these last names down. But I'll tell you one thing's for sure that's down, and that's the heart and charisma of Pedal Metal Racing League. Once again, another absolutely crazy performance on a track that I have no regards on my dislike for, but these drivers certainly made it interesting. Well, I guess if I can't hold my breath, we got one more coming up. Shake and Bake Racing League coming up next here on the show. It's same track, same spot. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a little while. But first, we want to say thank you to our friends at the Pit Stall, the ButtKicker Company, FEGPC.net, and Lightning Wrapz for all of your support. And to you fans out there, constantly, every time, we wouldn't do this without you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you guys here shortly for the next showcase of Shake and Bake Racing League.